to a very festive Bowman household. Those of you that don't know, my name is Lynn Bowman, but Life with Lynn at Bowray Design. Bowray is a mix of my maiden name, which is Murray, and Bowman, which is my married name. So Bowray, which is where the Bowray comes from. But yes, we have injected a little bit of festive cheer into the house. So far it's just the tree and a few little bits and bobs. I'm going to take you with me while I decorate the rest over the next couple of weeks. I'm not doing Vlogmas like a lot of the people that I love to follow are doing, which is a video every single day. I'm not up to that sort of speed yet of doing those sort of videos, but I'll maybe call it Bowmas, or Bowraymas. I don't know, Bowraymas. I'm not sure what I'm going to call it, but I will hopefully share with you the things that I will be decorating over the next couple of weeks. And then I will take a little bit of a break over the festive season to enjoy Christmas with Barclay and Grace and my husband Steve. But this is our Christmas tree. You can't really tell the size from the intro, but this is me next to it. It's big. Although you should go onto Instagram at Bowray Design and have a look at last year's tree, which is very similar to this one in the same location. And then look at the one from the previous year, which is just below. It was massive. This year we cut down the tree ourselves, but previous years we've had some help to cut it down. And the gentleman who helps us has never, in his whole time doing Christmas trees, had to take a chainsaw into someone's house until that tree. And we had to chop the bottom off because we realised it was too high. And then we realised we couldn't really take much more off the bottom. So we ended up having to take the top off. Looked ridiculous, but I did love that tree. Probably the year before that was probably the best tree we had, which is a nice size and it fit beautifully in the alcove. But this year we've changed it around so that the tree is in this corner of the lounge, which just works really well for having lots of seating. Although this year we won't need lots of seating. We said we'd buy new things for the tree when we renovated the lounge. We haven't renovated the lounge yet. And we are now on year 13, I think I worked out, of using the old baubles, so these ones and these ones, so all the round sort of ones that my bridesmaid had. And she changed out her tree. She went for more of a neutral sort of scheme and was getting rid of all the reds and golds and the chains and the beads, all these beads as well. And she was getting rid of them and they're in her garage. And I was like, oh, we don't have any tree. She had a Christmas tree as well, but we've obviously bought a new Christmas tree, so I donated that tree. But we had the tree and all the baubles and the accessories are also from her. And we've just been using them and I think it looks fantastic. Yes, it's not necessarily pristine in the sense that it's all matching. We've got some children's decorations. The children have made some decorations over the years. And we've also sadly got one of the grandparents has passed away. So we've got her initial that was on her Christmas Eve bag. We've got that tied to the Christmas tree. Got some wooden ones with and there's a bit at the top there. Well, it's not so easy to point. At the top there, which were given as a gift from our antenatal gang in the first year the children were together. It's not so easy doing back to front. I should maybe turn you around a little bit easier. We have got these beautiful painted white baubles with Bartley's First Christmas 2012, and the lovely sort of rustic string. And then Grace's one is round here. Grace's First Christmas 2014. And then when Grace came on the go, one of my besties messaged Steve and said, I just saw this and it's totally up Lynn Street. And it's these little jigsaw pieces and there's 4, so it makes a square. And all the way around it's got the song, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. And it goes round, it's got Season's Greetings Mummy. And then let's find the other ones. This one, Christmas Wishes Barclay. And it's got the song lyrics all the way round. And then the other one, Happy Christmas Daddy. And it matches, obviously it goes round. And my one, no, not my one, and Grace's one is here. So I think it said the last piece of the puzzle, and Grace was obviously the last piece of our family puzzle. That was such a great suggestion. My friends obviously know me very, very well because I absolutely loved that present from Steve. But there's some lovely little things. These were on the Christmas present bags that Steve's auntie and uncle had bought for the children, and it was just meant as name tags, but we've kept them as baubles for the tree. We've got our 5th wedding anniversary. I made a mistake with this. I should have done 2015 as the date, but I put our wedding date. I don't know why I think it's just because I love our wedding date, 24/7/10. I love numbers. Numbers mean so much to me, and 24 hours a day, 7 days a week is how much I love Steve. But also Steve's parents got married on the 20th of July. Our wedding and our 6-month anniversary is the 21st of July, and my parents the 22nd of July. So the first weekend after that was the 24th. So it works really, really nicely. So I just love that wedding date. But I should have done a 2015, but I still know, and really it doesn't matter. So that's for wood anniversary number 5, which is why it's wooden. And then we also collected things like this when we were on holiday in Whistler. And we've got 2 snowboards and 2 sets of skis. And then we've also got like the children's decorations. I just want the children to feel so special being able to add their decorations to the tree. We got these ones in Aviemore when we went up to Aviemore for my mum's 60th birthday. To the reindeer centre there, and they were selling these, so we've got a couple of those. But yeah, and I've added on some pine cones as well. And I've got some more of this ribbon, so I might tie some bows onto the branches as well, just to bring that colour out, because I love that colour. It's like it's not coming out right on here. It's had much, that's a bit better. It's a really dark red. And I'm becoming more, that's the sort of colour that the children's Santa sacks are. And it's a little bit darker than your normal red for Christmas. And I think it just works really well with the colours. I just love those sort of colours. You see, it's a bit more red than that, you see. It's more of a dark red, which I love. So yeah, this is our tree. It's special to us, the little things. The children made these at church last year, at Sunday school. So it's just little things. One of my friends made this one and this one here as well. Beautiful star. Just lovely. So these were, look at this. You can tell this is on the back of a cracker. The children saved these from one of our crackers one year, which were on the outside of the cracker. I think they were intended to be Christmas decorations afterwards because they had the string already attached. But they are beautiful. I love that sort of Scandinavian and that sort of Norwegian sort of feel. But I think the future, this one, I'm just going through all our Christmas decorations to show you. This is Grace, December 16, 2 years, 3 months. And that's her fingerprints into snowmen. We did that at the toddler group. I had loads of these baubles. These are actually my baubles that were from this tree, obviously. And I took a whole load of them with me to the toddlers, and we decorated them together with some glitter on the bottom. Kind of selfishly, because I knew that it would match my tree because it's the same baubles. But I also added some red string as well, just to make them look a little bit more festive. So yeah, it's a mix. I think in the future we probably will have more than one tree, and we'll have one that's maybe in the lounge. Once the lounge is renovated, we'll maybe have a tree that's same sort of, no special baubles, just normal baubles, and then have a family tree in the living sort of room next to the kitchen. But for right now, I just love this, and every time I come in here, it smells amazing, absolutely amazing. And we've used one of the Gisela Graham stars at the top, which was supposed to just be one of the very, very tall. There's like a little circle for hanging. And it's supposed to just be a hanging star, but we've threaded the lights through it so that it lights up. And this was a complete, not accident, but we realised we didn't have a topper one of the years. And we're like, oh, what are we going to do? So we just quickly made one up one year, and it's just kind of stayed. We haven't changed it because, as I say, we're hoping to at some point change it out. But I just love collecting ones each year, and my auntie and uncle know that too, because this was bought by them at the Scottish Ballet. Beautiful Swan Lake style ornament as well. So yeah, it's just really, it's one of those family trees. It's got a lot of meaning, and when we take the decorations out each year, it just has a lot of meaning to us, which is quite nice. And I like that. I like that it's got that sentimental. The children get so excited when they find, oh, here's my bauble, I found my bit, and they put them on themselves. So I've got some lovely photos of the children on Steve's shoulders hanging up their individual, their first Christmas baubles, and also their letters. So it's just really, I just love I do put a lot of pressure on myself, I think, to make Christmas special for the children. But I don't even have to try because they have that sort of same spirit as we do. So they helped me this year to get Daddy in the spirit. So it's quite nice to be able to have them on my team now. And we just put some Christmas music on, drink some mulled wine, put the decorations up, and I have a little time lapse, but obviously the children are in some of it. I was running around and singing silly dances and doing silly things because you don't need to see those. I also made this bauble at a fundraiser at the preschool, and it was great fun. Anyway, under the tree, yes, the carpet. We haven't renovated in this room, so this is the original carpet. But underneath the tree, I haven't found anything to cover my tree stump, my tree base. I'm not a fan of the wicker basket sort of style. I'm not a fan of faux fur to make it look like snow. So I've just put one of these, it's an old blanket from the garage actually, but it's like a tweedy style furry sort of jacket. I've just blanket that I've just popped underneath. I've got some old presents that I wrapped that are just pretend presents for under the tree, but I need to get some more wrapping done. But the thing I'm under the tree to show you, the whole point I'm under the tree, is to show you how we plugged our lights in. So we have used one of the Genius plugs, so the Heat Genius plugs, which not only expand your mesh network for your radiator valves, but they allow you to plug in any device that can then be controlled by your phone. So we have got the Christmas tree lights in there. We've set it when to be on and off, but it also allows us to alter that from our phones if we need to. So there's no crawling under the Christmas tree to turn the power source on. Next job for today is to go and hang these onto every door downstairs on the door handle. Yes, we have quite a few doors to do. They come like this. I got these from the range last year, but I think they've got the same ones again this year. And they are so similar to the White Company ones, but obviously a fraction of the cost. And they come with a white ribbon, but I wanted to contrast it with the black, so I changed them all out to black. In hindsight, I didn't really need to change it, but I think it's quite a nice contrast between the two. And it looks really nice against the old Victorian doors. The nice wooden, I'll show you when I put them on. It's just a nice contrast. I've also got the same as this, but slightly thicker to use on the stairs. We have got these trees. The children have set them out really nicely all the way down. And these are little trees that I got from the White Company in the sale in January. So I've got 6 of these on every second step. I just need to bend them out a little bit. And I'm going to tie a black ribbon that matches that round the base of this. Yes, this hall, the hope was that this hall would have been renovated from last year. It was supposed to be done by the end of last year, and then obviously our boiler burst. So all hands on deck to get the boiler done, and we're only just about finished the heating. So it's another year of the hallway being like this, but I have everything bought in. We have the chandelier, which will be eventually hanging from up there. And we've got the mirror from William Wood's mirrors that is going on here. So we have got everything, and also the paint, because I'm going to paint the wallpaper, and then we're going to panel this section. Rip up the carpet, and put, I just want to sand down the stairs just now, but eventually put a runner, and then paint these section of the stairs black, and keep the banister the original wood, because it's quite a beautiful banister. So that is the plan. There's a box here, stuff for decorating the stair. I have also got fresh bits of Christmas tree to put up here, so I'm going to put in it there, and I'm just going to, there's no one coming this year anyway, but I know that we will hopefully get this hallway tackled next year, considering we have everything and the heating's almost finished. So hopefully I'll be allowed to start, because I can just imagine it. I've been envisaging it for so long, and it's so frustrating knowing that I've got all the stuff ready to do it, but I just can't get started yet because I do need help to do the things. For making the paneling, Dad will help me to make up the beads, but also the height there, I'm going to have to get a little bit of help. There is a window in the apex either side of the roof up here, and the aim is to hopefully change that. It's still the old original cast iron windows. It's not leaking, but this has been put in by the previous owners to try and reduce the heat loss up into the roof space, but we're hoping to replace the windows to make it a little bit more energy efficient, and then remove this to open it up, so it'll be a nice vantage point all the way up. This has been put onto this hook. It wasn't intended to be staying in this room. This will hopefully go into my dressing room when we finish our dressing room in the future, because this is a very special print that was bought for me on my 21st by my auntie and uncle, and it's signed, if you can see, if I come round this way and try and get away from the shadow, it is signed itself by Jack Vetriano. There's a funny story actually with this. We went to see him when he was showcasing these prints. So the funny story was that my auntie and uncle and myself went in to look at the pictures and the prints, and my granda had looked at a little bit, but he's Doric, so he'd be like, he's seen enough, he'd seen enough. So he went outside to have a seat on the bench outside and wait for us. So that was fine. He called him an Almani. Like my granda was Doric, so old man, but an Almani came and sat next to him and sparked up a fag and was smoking. And he was sitting next to him having a cigarette break. And my granda got chatting to him and he said, "Oh, who are you here with?" So my granda told him, obviously he was here with myself and with my auntie and uncle. And then my granda said, "Hi, but I'm a big fan of this sort of thing." Chatting away to the guy saying, "Oh, it's me. I've had enough. Coming outside to enjoy this nice weather and just getting some fresh air." Little did he know, when we came down the stairs and we saw this Almani that was sitting next to him, it was Jack Vetriano himself. My granda just said, "Nearly into this." So that is the funny family story about my granda speaking to Jack Vetriano and just being himself and telling him that he wasn't too keen on it. He had no idea who he was. Absolutely no idea, but it didn't matter. My granda would have spoken to anyone regardless. And when we told him, he was like, "Well, I was just being honest." So he wasn't put up nor doing. But yeah, so that is the funny story. So this holds lots and lots of memories for me, and that funny story as well. So it's going to be pride of place when we renovate the dressing room. But for now, before the hall is renovated, it will be situated here. And then when the hall is renovated, it will be put into the dressing room. This is the organza ribbon that I'm going to use to put round these trees. So you can see it's very similar to the one that I used for the ornaments, although that ribbon came from the range along with the stars. So it's very, very similar, probably a lot more expensive than the one I bought from the range, but I think that'll look really nice tied around there in a nice little bow, and it'll just sort of break up the Hessian that's on the packs, and it'll also tie in the full colour scheme of the stairs, which is these sort of colours: gold, champagne, a little bit of silver and blacks. So it'll tie all those colours in. I'm not sure how much this was because it was bought a few years ago, but I'm sure they would still have. I think they had different colours as well. So I'm going to go start on that. I'm going to pop you on a time lapse while I complete all of these. How cute does that look? I think it just adds a little extra thing to it, and they are all done all the way up. I am not hoovering my stairs yet though, because it has already got pine needles on it from carrying the Christmas tree in, because it comes all the way up and then I want to go back in it up. I'm going to wait until I've finished doing all the stair, because I will end up putting lots of pine needles over everything, and then I'll give everything a good clean after that. But it's looking so good. Just adds that little extra sparkle, but it's not, but it doesn't make it unsafe on the stairs for coming down, up and down the stairs. It still leaves us lots of room for walking. Right, I think I'm going to leave the stairs until tomorrow, and I'm going to go and do a little bit in the kitchen and get it set up. I think it's going to be my next protocol. You know what, I might leave that till tomorrow. I might just speak to you tomorrow, because I have to go and make up the tuna sweet corn wraps for Snuggle Snack before I head away. So I might just do that tomorrow. Yeah. Okay, so that is all of the star decorations on to all the handles. Some of these doors, like this one, hasn't been touched, hasn't been varnished or anything. You can see the contrast with the other woodwork in the lounge, but it hasn't been treated. So I think the plan when we do it this lounge will be to strip everything back and make it less orangey, less brown. But for now, I really love how that looks on the handle right next to the Christmas tree. works really well, doesn't it? I think it's nice having that changed out for a different colour. It stands out a little bit more and looks really nice. Right, let's carry on. I'm going to go and do the rest of them. I am just making up the children's snuggle snack while I'm sorting dinner in the background, and I'm just making a tuna wrap for them. I thought I had sweet corn in the pantry, but I don't, so that'll come in my delivery this week. But a little tip for making tuna mayonnaise is to add a little bit, as you see in there, a little bit of balsamic vinegar. Bartley calls it my secret ingredient, and he's always very disappointed if I miss it out because it does make such a difference to the flavour. Just a little bit, not too much, but it definitely helps with the flavour. I need to add a little bit more mayonnaise, but it is definitely a lovely tip if you like tuna mayonnaise. Just a little bit of balsamic vinegar and it will taste so much nicer. Excuse the dishwasher in the background. I seem to always speak to you when the dishwasher's on, but I've shown this on my stories before and it is absolutely fantastic. It's a way of cutting your pineapple with very little wastage. This is it here. It's from Vacuva and it's a pineapple slicer and wedger. And you get small, medium and large. So basically this circle bit here, you get 3 different sizes depending on the dimensions of your pineapple. And then you literally screw this down and it works like a little corkscrew. The ends look like this. This is the large one. And it just rotates around your pineapple and slices and cuts it at the same time, cores it, and then you push this down. And when you push this down, it gives you little segments of pineapple. I have to admit, I don't know if I would cut fresh pineapple as much without using this. I think we eat a lot more pineapple because I've taken a knife to take out the bad sections because this is a very, very ripe pineapple. But it's a game changer when it comes to snuggle snacks. When the children are having some apples, it's in the car today because we've got classes on. So do some apple, some pineapple, and some passion fruit. And they've got tuna and sweet corn wrap with tomatoes and cucumber and peppers. So that's the little snuggle snack. It's kind of like a second lunch and a second dinner, but it keeps them going between their classes and before we actually have dinner. It's so super simple to do. Just push down. If I can do it one-handed. Push down like that. And that's you got your pineapple. A lot of explanation for a little gadget, but these gadgets save so much time in your kitchen. And it means that you are more willing to do snacks that are labour intensive in the prep work if this is reducing the time to do it. So it's a win-win. I share this when I was cooking it. When I say Steve did most of the cooking, but this is one of our family favourites, sausage pasta. I will put the recipe down below because it is so delicious. Sets of branches up. It's really simple because they're so long that you just basically weave them in and out. Oh yeah, I got my Christmas nails done yesterday as well. Loved by the lovely Susie. They're gorgeous. I should probably be wearing gloves for doing this, but never mind. They'll be fine. They'll be okay. Yeah, so just sort of weave them in and out, sort of back and forth. You can see that's one end sticking out because they're quite bendable and the pines are so soft. I think it's a Norman fir, I think, which means that they're really soft, waxy pines, so they're not sore to work with. A couple were sticking out too much after I'd weaved them in, so I've just put a tie wrap. That's going to come off, and I'll cover it with with other foliage and things from the garden. So that's the main base on. I'm then going to go and add some of these silver, I think they were from Amazon or eBay, silver glistening berries. So I'm going to add them on, a few more pine cones. And then I hang these from under here. But I'm away to go and add this, which came from Home Bargains a few years ago. It's basically everything tied onto a string, and these glass baubles that light up. We smashed a couple, there's a couple gone. Yeah, another one there as well. They were from, not Home Bargains, what am I saying? They were both from Home Sense a couple of years ago. So I'm going to go and add those to the top here. Yeah, this is how we'll be living for a little while. This was on a plinth, and when we did the heating, Dad lowered it down because the reason it was on a plinth was it needed to have the pipes to go to the other side, but Dad's removed all of that and done everything under the floor. I think the previous plumber must have thought it was easier to just raise this up to put all the pipework underneath and put it through and have a big box down the inside of the cellar stairs, which was just a lot of work for no reason when you could have just gone under the stairs and done what Dad did. But never mind, that's it sorted now. And then this will be spray painted black, and then lovely flooring down, all in the future. But right now, let's focus on the garland. So I'm going to go and put this on and then go back outside and get some holly and some ivy, and some fir to sort of pad it out. But I'm going to put these on first so that we've got them sort of in situ, and then titivate after that. Right, put you back in a time lapse. Pretty much there. And then I remembered that I made this last year, which is just Hessian, and then I took some black ribbon and sewed it on the sewing machine, my very wonky line, all the way, and I did loads of it so that I could wrap it up here. But this is how it's looking just now, and I'm scared I'm going to ruin it by putting it on. But I've just added in some more fern, more foliage from the garden. So I've got this and I've got this one just to give different colours and textures. And I need to cut all the ties and tuck in the wire a little bit better on those. But look at the lovely stars and the berries. And I need to get some batteries because half of these are not lit up because I don't have batteries for them. So we've ordered them, so they should be here tomorrow. So you will see the finished stair in the next vlog. But it's looking very festive. And hopefully you'll join me in the next vlog to see it completed. I've also added these decorations. Yeah, I've used Beresford. Look at the state of the stairs. Good job I didn't hoover before. But I've used Beresford ribbon for these, but they're velvet. And I've done 3. One there with a different shape, and one up there. So it is looking very festive, and I'm really delighted with how much that's bulked out on the stairs. It just looks really good. I've got it down low for a couple of reasons, but safety as well, and it's also a lot easier to hold the weight of this down at the bottom, but be able to still use the handrail, which is always Steve's criteria, to be able to use the handrail so that it's safe. But I just think it looks lovely. That's that section of the stairs. Let me know in the comments box below if you've watched this far. Leave me a little Christmas tree for all these little bits of Christmas tree, and let me know if you like it. I'm going to add the ribbon to it just now, and then I will show you the finished stair garland in the next vlog. I just found these at the bottom of the box as well. I haven't even added these yet. So I had these in last year as well. Just some pheasant feathers and some peacock feathers to give it a little bit of colour. And I had them sort of interspersed in amongst here. So that'll be after I put this up. So still a bit to do, but you'll get to see in the next vlog, which is exciting. I will leave you there, and in the next vlog, I will hopefully have this finished, and I might be doing some Christmas present wrapping and some other bits and bobs. So I look forward to seeing you in the next one, and I hope you've enjoyed this one. Love you lots, bye!